lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name's Ryan, and I am back talking some more Christmas-themed comic books for this holiday season. And, you know, I did it with Halloween, had some Archie in there. Had to throw this under the microscope, too, because had to throw this up on the channel, too, because, you know, I always digging through dollar bins, digging through back issues. You know, that's one of the things I get to do at my local comic shop is I get to look through collections they get. They always ask me, so I get to pick out some little gems for myself. This was sitting in a box full of stuff that I had recently grabbed, and I was flipping through it because I kind of wanted to do... I was going to do an episode going through some of like my pickups recently, which I will do as well, but as I was going through them, I saw this Christmas one. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Definitely in line with some of the, you know, holiday episodes I wanted to throw up this Christmas season, and just always love talking some Archie too. Definitely not enough of it on the channel. I said it with the Halloween one. I definitely want to throw some more episodes on. Definitely want to go through those Best of Harry Lucy books that IDW put out a few years ago. Those are some of my favorite. But for this episode, we're going to be talking about its Archie Giant Series issue 190. And this is Archie's Christmas Stocking issue. So, bunch of cool stories in here. Really dig it. Even got an appearance from Sabrina. So this is dated 1971. So this is an old one. I have no idea who this Debbie is that's written on there in pencil. This is definitely, I'll just say it's a well-loved comic because it's not in near mint condition by any stretch of the imagination, but that's not why I grabbed it. I grabbed it because I love reading some old Archie stuff, and the best way to read the old Archie comics, in my opinion, on newsprint. This one is titled You'll Never Believe It, and this whole story is basically Archie talking about somebody up there likes him because he always has the best luck this time of year. Reggie's just going to prove why that's not true. And even so much as like, as we're looking, you have to pay attention, but you see this whoosh right behind, and it's a snowball, and it's just missed Archie, and it's about to clock Reggie in the head. And of course, you know, he's like, oh, you planned it. You know, this is a con. Again, Archie talking to Jughead. The rest of the year, he's a born loser. Something's always going wrong. But whenever it's Christmas, his luck completely flips. And I just, you know, and so we got Reggie. He's super pissed. He thinks it was all an act, you know, and Archie, and he's going to try to prove Archie's stupid theory wrong. Again, so now he's going for it. He's throwing the snowball. Nope. Again, misses him as Archie picks up a quarter. And all the while, Jughead just, you know, don't be careless just because you have a little bit of luck. And boom, again, misses him again. Just keeps... Now hits Jughead. So Jughead's kind of in the crossfires. All the while, Reggie just keeps putting himself in worse situations because now he's hit Moose, and Moose throws him straight into a tree. So just a fun story, you know. Now Archie's like really testing his luck, walking blindfolded along a fence, maintaining his balance. Betty and Veronica come into the mix. Betty's worried, but Veronica is kind of, you know, loving that Archie's, you know, doing these dangerous stunts. He even walks across the road, jumping on top of cars. I love this too. Reggie just like typical Reggie fashion. He's like, oh, law of averages has got to catch up to him sooner or later. But nope, just keeps doing these weird tricks. And then he jumps and attacks this Santa. And you're left wondering why. Throws him in the snow. And then the cops come, and we realize it was this guy in disguise robbing a department store. And even the cops are like, man, how did you know? And he's like, oh, I just had this feeling. And I just love how happy-go-lucky Archie is. And, you know, usually everything does go wrong for him, but nothing is. And instead, the bad luck has flipped, and it's now on Reggie. Gets taken out by this kid on the sled. And finally, when they think something's going to happen to Archie, this snow truck, this truck full of snow is about to crush him. But he makes it just out of the way, and then the snow collapses on all of them. So just a fun little story. Again, this is what I love about Archie. You know, most of the stories, you know, they're not going to be 22 pages. They're going to be little short stories. Like we even get this like little one pager with Jinx, little Jinx. That's what's fun about Archie's. There's such a great cast of characters, so each character will always get their kind of time to shine. Full of heart, full of humor. I love this one, Dilton in a pickle. That's the name of the story. So he drew the winning ticket to be Santa Claus at the Riverdale Little Folks Club, and they're all laughing at him because they're like, he can't pull it off. He's short, he's too skinny. They're kind of making fun of him. Even Betty saying the kids will never believe he's Santa Claus. And so he comes out and he's in this like little costume. So, he's tired of passing up opportunities because of his size. He won the privilege of being a Santa for the kids. And by gosh, I'm going through with it, he says. And the suit's so big that he trips over himself. And the cop is like, telling him he should be ashamed of himself because he's making a mockery of it. He goes into this little kids club. And all the kids are like, oh, he's shrinking, he's going to disappear. And, they're not accepting that he's Santa. And Archie kind of tries to talk him out of it and talks about, they got to think of something. So they say, pickles. Pickles, that's what it is. It'll restore his muscles, power, and strength. So they take him to the other room, and then Moose puts on, and now all the kids are cheering for him. They're like, they think it's the pickles that made him get bigger. And now Dilton comes up to Arch and Jughead, and he's like, you guys better, watch out, because all the kids are sick in town because they ate so many pickles trying to get strong. Super funny story. One thing I do wish they did more in the older Archie comics is credit the artist. That's something that's not done in any of these issues. Definitely in some of the reprints, the digests that come out where they'll reprint old stories, they put the writer and the artist down, the creative team. But just the one fault I would say for this, you get another little Jinx story, and then we got a one-pager for Archie. Veronica wanting to do some Christmas shopping, and she's like, okay, but you got to wear one of Daddy's ties. And he's like, why? And she's like, so we don't get separated. So they go into the store, and why does she do it? So she can pull him along with the tie as they're going shopping. Another one-pager. Archie's so stoked because, there's no school because he thinks it's a snow day, but of course there's no school. It's a Saturday. And then what does he have to do? Shovel the snow. And then the final story is all about, it's Archie and the gang and Card Shark. And this whole story is, Dilton's like trying to figure out what makes a good Christmas card. How do you pick the perfect Christmas card? And they're hiding in the drawer and they're listening to people as they go through them. Dilton just thinks how fascinating it is, See, this card, she likes the design on this card, but the verse turns her off. Or this one likes the price, but she doesn't like the design. And he just thinks how interesting it is. So how are they going to pick the perfect Christmas card? And who happens to stroll by as they're talking about it? Sabrina. And then she uses her magic powers to give all of her friends the ability to create their very own Christmas cards. And then from there, we get to see how all of them have their specific ones, where Veronica's is on fine Irish linen. Archie's has got a misspelled, his name's upside down. Just some cool, fun cards. Even Jughead's is something you can eat. Moose can't even figure out how to spell Christmas. Just some funny ones. And then at the end, Moose is like, well, wait, I'm not ready yet. I don't know how to spell Christmas. And Santa comes in and says, don't worry about spelling it, just live it. Then we get a final little Archie Christmas card at the end to all the readers. And that wraps up Archie's Christmas Stocking from 1971. Awesome, fun comic. If you see Archie comics and dollar bins, I highly recommend picking them up. You can't go wrong. You can really jump in anywhere. Because like I said, all these stories self-contained. There was 4 or 5 stories in there, including the one-pagers. So much fun. I even, I pick up some of the digests still to this day. If I'm at the grocery store, or every once in a while, order the mystery packs that ArchieComics.com has. Definitely fun reading. Perfect Christmas reading, in my opinion. Hit up your comic shops. Hit up those dollar bins. Get some Archie comics. If you see them at the grocery store, pick those up too, man. And make sure you check out the rest of the Christmas themed episodes. Got a playlist going for those. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid drops. And on that note, I'm out.